Ever wondered why, no matter how much you try to overcome procrastination, you end up falling back into the same bad habits? Sometimes it may be a task you want to complete. It could be hitting the gym, waking up at a specific time, or even doing that math homework. Sometimes we even get anti-procrastination applications on our phones with hope that they will help put us right back on track. But eventually we get back to that state when we say, nah, I'll do it later. And then we never do it. See, we tend to think that procrastination itself is the problem. But in reality, procrastination is just a symptom of a deeper issue. Maybe the task you're trying to do is just so boring. So, do it with your favorite playlist on. That could make it fun. Maybe the math homework you're trying to do is just so overwhelming. So, break it in bits. That could maintain the vibe. And maybe when you go to the gym, you go alone. Henceforth, you lose motivation. So, get a gym buddy. Go along with them. They could give you the motivation. You see how changing my point of view from how do I get rid of procrastination to how do I get rid of what is causing me to procrastinate has helped me fix this problem? Now, let me tell you a story about a time when I got to realize that addressing the root cause of problems rather than the problems themselves is a game changer in terms of problem solving and understanding human behavior. So back in 2019, I had a very good friend of mine called Waswa. Waswa and I were so close. We knew ourselves so well, or like someone else would say, from head to toenail. So one Tuesday afternoon, I was standing outside the principal's office, and inside the office was my friend Waswa. You see, Waswa was getting expelled. Waswa was only 14 years, and yet he had been caught trying to steal money from another student. I remember feeling so conflicted during that period. Because on one hand, yes, what Waswa had done was wrong. But on the other hand, I knew Waswa. Waswa was not this kind of person. So I waited for Waswa to get out of the principal's office. And as Waswa was walking towards me, his gaze was low, not looking me into the eye like other days. When Waswa reached me, we stood in silence for about 1 minute, till I got the courage to ask him. I said, "Why, Waswa? Why would you do such a thing?" At first, Waswa did not respond, so neither did I stop asking. So I kept asking till I believe Waswa got tired of my repetitive questions. Then he said quietly, "My mom has not eaten in 2 days." I remember at that exact moment, I no longer saw Waswa as a thief. All I saw was a child trying to survive, a boy who was trying to find ways to show love to his mother. Yet the system was about to kick him out without even understanding the deeper issues behind why he did what he did. So, you see, Waswa's story is not unique. Around the world today, when people make mistakes, be it big or small, what do? 1, we judge them. 2, we isolate them. 3, we label them. But what does isolation actually do? You see, isolation deepens the wound. Isolation communicates to the person that they're not worth saving. It tells them that just one mistake defines their entire existence. Isolation is like getting a bandage and placing it on an untreated open wound. Yes, we shall not see the wound anymore, but that does not mean that the wound is going to heal. Look at schools today. When a child makes a mistake, messes up, or even cheats, what do? 1, we ask, what did they do? And then, after confirming what they did, we go on to initiate a suspension, expulsion, or even labeling that student as trouble. But what if instead of asking, what did they do? We asked, what went wrong in their world? Why did they do what they did? Wouldn't that change everything? You see, I could not stop thinking about Waswa when he left school. So my friends and I chose to reach out to him and help him get a job because Waswa had given up on school. Quoting Waswa's exact words, Waswa told me that, how can I go back to a place where my mama sent me, saying that it was going to help me grow? Yet the same place kicked me out without understanding the deeper issues behind what I did. So in our endeavor to help Waswa get a job, it wasn't easy, it was not perfect, but eventually after a period of ups and downs, we were able to help Waswa get a job. Waswa now works in Uganda Electricity Power Station, and he is now able to support himself and feed his mother. But when I sit down and think about that period, I ask myself, what if we did not reach out? What if we did not build that bridge for him? What if we did not offer him a second chance? Would Waswa have lost hope completely? Or even worse, would he have ended up in jail because he was caught stealing somewhere else to feed his mother again? You see, second chances aren't about ignoring mistakes. Second chances are about addressing the reasons behind those mistakes with compassion, accountability, justice, and humanity. When we isolate, we destroy potential. But when we choose to rehabilitate, forgive, we create individuals who are going to give back to the community. Think about prominent figures who are what they are right now because they were offered a second chance. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey struggled with abuse, drug abuse at a young age. She sniffed cocaine to take away her sorrows. If you and I had met her during that period, we would say, drug addict, and leave it that way. But her father saw more in her. Her father saw that she deserved a second chance. Her father offered her the discipline of education. Oprah Winfrey was able to overcome drug abuse, focus on education, chase after her career, and now Oprah Winfrey inspires millions of people. Think of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was once called slow by one of his teachers. But his mother didn't see him for that. His mother saw potential. She chose to give her more chances than he ever needed. And now Albert Einstein has emerged to be one of the best scientists we have. But think about it. What if these people were written off? What if they were not offered a second chance? Would I be here speaking about them like I do right now? Definitely not. See, there is power in second chances. Waswa's story taught me one thing, that when we invest in people, not because of who they are, but because of who they could be, we do not change only one life. We change the lives around them. Now, this is my challenge to you. The next time you see someone stumble, make a mistake, be it a friend, a neighbor, or even a stranger, I want you to ask yourself, am I willing to build this bridge for them? Or am I this person who is going to burn their bridge down? Because if we all become people who build bridges, we create a world where mistakes are not the end of the road, but rather just a bend in that road. And bends can be maneuvered. And isn't that the kind of world we want to live in? Thank you very much.